Okay, I guess it's part two if you want to be a real estate agent. Other things in a real estate or a newbie guy needs to know, or girl, safety is tough these days. Agents going out to empty houses and not knowing who they're going to meet, what's going on in the house. Please let someone in your family know where you're going, the house number, maybe even the person's phone number if you have it. It's very easy to get mugged or worse, killed, and no one misses you for hours. Don't tell your fellow agents in the office where you're going, or they'll try to steal your lead. It happens all the time. Oh, most could care less anyway. When you show up to show a house, show up early so you can walk through the house, open the curtains, turn on the lights, put down the toilet seat lid, check for any thing that might be hiding in the house, a person or animal. In 2021, we showed a house, a very expensive house in Orlando, Florida. And when we got to the house, we noticed the pull down stairs was a little bit open going to the attic. Maybe about 6 inches, no big deal. Somebody probably wanted to check the attic. But on second pass, we could see people were looking back at us. We quickly left the house, called the sheriff from the front yard. It turned out a family of illegals had been living in the attic for 3 weeks. It was very scary. When walking through a house, let the customer enter all rooms first, then follow them. Don't go in the room first, because if they are some type of weirdo or up to something bad, they will have you trapped in the room. In the bathroom, watch closely for any medications that might be stolen in the house or in the bathroom that they might want to steal. The main thing taken during a showing of a house, when something is taken, which is very rare, is always drugs. They go after the drugs, they go after the medications, opioids especially, and jewelry is number 2. Before you leave the house, check to make sure all the windows and doors are locked. The customer will crack a door or crack a window and come back later and break into the house. Ain't being a new agent fun? This is just so much fun learning all this stuff, because most people trust everybody and you just can't. We're having fun now. Let's see what the next will be thing to be aware of. Oh, contract to list and contracts to buy. Other agents will nitpick your contracts, call you, list all the blanks are not filled in correctly. Are you put numbers in the wrong place? Are you made mistakes? On my first contract, I had an expert agent help me. He made 7 mistakes in the contract. The listing agent called me while I was driving from Orlando, Florida to Miami. It took 3.5 hours. She was on the phone off and on for the entire 3.5 hours, yelling at me, saying, I made this mistake, I made that mistake. New agents are nuts, and they're making me crazy. And by the time she finished with me, I was crazy, and I was shaking like a leaf and trying to drive at the same time. I did not throw the person that helped me with this under the bus. I just let it ride, and it's not ever going to happen again. There are so many rules to follow, both from your company and from the state. Everyone is walking on pins and needles not to miss a crossed T or a dotted I. You have scammers outside of real estate circling like sharks and trying to scam the buyers and the sellers out of big bucks. A closing agent is trying to keep everyone safe and keep everyone legal. And it's their job to make sure none of these scammers get through and pull anything. Money transfers are one of the worst. Anyway, a thief can break the circle of communication by changing one word here or one word there, they will. And money transfer is diverted to another account, which is theirs, usually overseas. I had an instance where an email was changed by one letter. So when the money transfer was made, it went to that email with the one letter changed. But the closing agent caught it before the money got there and stopped the whole thing. Look for misspelled words or expressions we don't use when we're writing. It's a clue something is wrong. Customer beware again. As the closing gets closer, others will appear with their hands out. Insurance companies, home appraisers, home inspectors, closing agents, and no telling how many more you will have in your pie trying to get money out of the closing deal. right now. This is most of the things I've written down. I just made notes so I would try to do a better job on this one than I did on the other one. I'll come up with more. I'll have another video. But now this is Harry Copeland, aka Crazy Harry. My phone number is 321-295-1420. My email is harrycopeland7@gmail.com. Until the future, thanks for listening.